Ahoy, virtual shipmates, and welcome to part two of my travel series of driving around Lake Michigan. Now, the dates were August 3rd, 4th, and 5th of 2025. And boy, let me tell you, those 3 days were an absolute whirlwind. Come on, take a ride with me. First thing I did was book it out to Kalamazoo to see Kathy S., a sailing psych shipmate and a member of a very special nation. Hey, Kathy, you're going to have to be quicker than that to get the bill. Okay, well, after that, I booked it back to the coast to the town of Saugatuck and spent a little bit of time walking around and just exploring the town. What a cute place, and of course, I found some sailboats. Next up was the town of Holland, and take a look at what I found. Well, then I made it to Grand Haven, which is Coast Guard City, USA. And man, what luck. I happened to just get there on the weekend that they were having their Coast Guard Festival. And lucky me, I happened to find a local brewery. Now, there were a few more towns I would have loved to have explored, but I had already made the decision I wanted to get up to Traverse City. Made it up there, set up camp, and then found myself a place to eat. Monkey bread. I had never heard of that before. Now, real big on my priority list was surprising a sailing psych shipmate by the name of Heather. Now, I thought her coffee stand was here in Traverse City. Turns out it's in a town called Escanaba? Oh my, that's still 4 hours away. Okay, early morning, let's gear up and we're going to be crossing the Mackinac Bridge. Tell you what, folks, why don't you take this ride with me? Well, I finally made it to Escanaba and I got to meet Heather. In addition, I got to meet her first ever customer, a professor of hers, and had a wonderful cup of coffee. So, where to from here? Think I'll do a little sightseeing, take a look at some lighthouses, and you know what? I'm heading for Canada.
Oh man, how about that for an anchor? No, I don't think that'll work out on new endeavors. Definitely will not work out on new beginnings. Wow, 500 pounds. Jeez Louise.
Hey folks, Captain Doc here, coming to you from Canada. A few things. If you've never been here, number one, they do talk that way. Number two, yeah, hockey is a religion. I saw murals saying that it's the meaning of life, something to that account. I'll have to post that. Number three, poutine is for real. Very salty, but my goodness, is it good. So, anyway, look forward to exploring some more. Just taking a quick rest. About time to get back at it.
So I am wandering aimlessly in another country all by myself. And I'm loving it. I'm having a blast. I'm actually currently in their mall in Sault Ste. Marie, Canada. And there's not a whole lot that's open right now, actually. Oh well. Hope you guys can hear me okay. I don't have any of the microphones on me. I am just walking aimlessly in another country all by myself. And I am having an absolute blast. I think this is good data for my future. I'm just saying.
So early that next morning, I got my double-double from Tim Hortons. Of course, I didn't even know what that meant. I just know that Dan from Sailing Uma said that's what I'm supposed to get. Then it was time to go ahead and head back to the United States. And I figured I'm going to head on to the Shipwreck Museum, not too far from where the Edmund Fitzgerald went down.
Good morning, my friends. Doc here, coming to you from Lake Superior. Hope you can hear me okay. Hey, I just had to do a quick stop and stick my feet in and say, I've touched it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I hope y'all have a good day. Chat with you later. Doc out. Did y'all hear the woodpecker? Still Lake Superior.
My friends, the Shipwreck Museum in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, Whitefish Bay on Lake Superior, was so incredibly moving. You know, they have relics from several shipwrecks, but they have a movie for the Edmund Fitzgerald, talks about what happened, locating the wreckage, recovering the original bell, replacing the bell. There is so much more to the story than what I ever knew. It was incredibly touching, and I was emotional for the next several hours. I got to tell you, this right here was definitely one of the highlights of my entire trip. I am so glad that I did this. Hope you check it out too. So, you folks might remember in previous chapters I mentioned my good friend and primary care physician, Dr. Russ Kennedy. Well, he told me he had a good friend, Dr. Rich Cooley, that lived in northern Michigan and had a tugboat. Huh, that's kind of an interesting choice. Well, it was while I was in Canada I found out where Dr. Cooley was. Escanaba. Well, turns out I'm heading right back through there again, so let's see if we can get together. Sure enough, our schedules happened to match, and we had a wonderful lunch talking about sailing the Great Lakes, and then I got a chance to see his tug. This was not the kind of tug I was thinking. This was a Nordic tug, Seabird 2. What a beautiful, beautiful boat. From there, I ran down the coast into Wisconsin and then up the little peninsula known as Door County. I made it to the town of Sturgeon Bay. Anyone surprised I found me another Irish pub, which, by the way, the beef boxty there was absolutely fantastic. Spent some time walking around, found another little brewery to try. Just an absolutely beautiful view looking out at the sailboats in Green Bay. I finished off the evening just taking a walk and enjoying the sights and listening to the seagulls in Green Bay. Eventually, I made it back to my hotel room and just enjoyed the view from my balcony. Well, that 3 days was an absolute whirlwind, but let me tell you, it was a blast. Kathy, it was great to meet you. Heather, I'm so glad I got to meet you. Wonderful cup of coffee, and I got to see wild honey. Canadians, you guys really are that polite. I'll definitely be back. Dr. Cooley, I promise I'm not actually that klutzy. Let me go boating. Hey, if you folks like the maps that I included this time, that was the idea of my dear friends Lee and Carolina from Good Deeds Sailing. Hey, folks, if you like sailing channels, check out Good Deeds Sailing. Wonderful people with a wonderful mission. The next episode is going to be me taking a look at the Maritime Museum there at Sturgeon Bay. Then I run down to Milwaukee to spend some time with some absolute dear friends of mine. Until then, fair winds, following seas, and don't forget to find your sailboat. Dock out.